Hello everyone, ReaperEvolved here, and today we're going to do an unboxing of the Steam controller. My Steam controller arrived early this morning, and this is actually a take two, so forgive me for having done a few things already, but I had the recording done and noticed something I didn't want, so having to do it again. But anyway, the controller came in this box, which I have. It's just the parcel box. I've already removed it, and it comes in, if I just toss that to the side, this nice little box with this sleeve on it. I've started peeling that up, by the way, because I noticed something on the inside that I thought might be pretty cool. So, comes with a shop ready little thingamabobber. Inside the box, I've got a couple of A4 pages here, just to try and, because we have a black desk, and you know, trying to show black on black isn't really good. So let's try. It's a little bit easier to see. So this is the Steam controller. Very nice, as you can see. Have been playing around with it a little bit. And the back comes with two AA batteries, and I'll come to that in a moment. That's your little Bluetooth dongle. Okay, let's just set that off to the side and toss that away. We have a quick start guide, of course, which doesn't really tell you a lot. Just gives you some instructions. If we just get out of the way. Some basic diagrams explaining how to install your batteries, but I'll show you that in a little more. So we can get rid of that. Product guide, which is just your warranty and stuff, and your consumer information, nothing too exciting there. And a black, exciting package. Let's toss that to the side. We organise our pages because we've knocked them. So in this, we have mysterious cable and mysterious gizmo. So when I initially brought this out, I was like, what is that? I don't know. And then I noticed USB, 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 USB. Yeah, basically it's for people who are going to be playing with the Steam controller using their TV. They might be, say via the Steam Link, for example, they might be some distance from their machine. Now it should have a good range. I'm not too sure offhand what the range is, but this will just add a couple of extra, about a meter maybe, just to make it a little bit better for you if you happen to be a decent distance away from your main machine, which is just beside me here anyway. And in case you're wondering what that is my humble bundle. I try not to there we go. Mac World card for the game. That is called, I forget, but I'll add it in, I can't think. Oh yeah, Star Realms, it's actually on it, you can't really see it. That is that's the reason I had to re-record, because I noticed my Windows key is actually stuck to the side of my tower. So I kind of noticed that I accidentally showed it in my first video, which wouldn't be good. So anyway, so that's what's in our sort of little slim box there. And if we take our controller, I have mine connected, so don't know if this will come up on the camera. It might. There we go. So see the batteries are actually in it. I don't know how long that flashes for. If it can't find anything, I don't know if I hold it down again, will it turn itself off? No, okay. There we go, yeah, it does. Okay, no, that's good. So on the back, there's a little, if I can get it to show, there we go, sort of slide. If we pop that, get it the right way, there we go, pop. The back remote comes off. This is actually quite a thin piece of plastic, which is a little bit worrying, but I guess you're not going to be removing it too often, which I think is one of the reasons why they have a catch. And in the back, we have this. Now, somebody has already asked what the, let me just try and fix the, that's a little bit better, is it? Okay, it's being weird. Let me just, I'll be right back. We're back. Hopefully that's a little bit better. The front of the camera just we're getting a little bit dirty there. Let's see if we can, there we go. So as you can see, once it focuses, the focus isn't great. I'm using my camera phone, so you'll have to just put up with that. So yeah, somebody's already asked what the two gold contacts are, and somebody has said it might be for a battery pack possibly, but I don't know. It is where the two little nubs at the top here slot into, so it might just be clearance, and it just happens to be the back of the controller, and they've just used like a plain piece of metal to protect it from scratches and so forth. So you can see I've already installed the dual cell batteries, and the way that the batteries slot in is quite strange. You can't really see it, maybe you can see it there. There's a little nub just here, and if I just a bit stiff, push that all the way up, the battery pops out. So the battery sits into the center there, and then that pops back down and holds it into place, which is pretty cool. Let's just pop that back on. And it slots into place. So, as you can see, the front of it there, putting on my light has actually made it a little bit better. So if your two trackpads, that is a convex, not concave, joystick. It doesn't really seem to matter. It's quite well made. It's actually nice and rubbery, so it's quite nice. So if I show it against, say, the Xbox 360 controller, for example, if I can just grab it from just around here. Now my one's a wired one, and I don't know if you can use this wired. It's something I haven't actually tested yet. Probably not. It's handy or not too. So that's the Xbox 360 controller. So you can kind of see it. Right, orient this a little bit better. It's a little bit bigger. It's hard to tell, but if I were to set the controller maybe on top, it's a little bit. You can tell it's a little bit longer, and the side profile is definitely a little bit thicker, as you can see. It looks really thick, but I don't know. It doesn't feel thick in the hands, which is good. It's quite comfortable. It sits quite nicely, and obviously your thumbs sit where they would sit on the Xbox controller anyway. So, and it's got a decent weight to it. With feels heavier. I don't have a set of scales with me to test. But again, it has batteries in it, which are adding to the weight anyway. But it's definitely not heavy, but it's a nice weight to it. That kind of means you kind of know that you're holding something substantially. So I'm going to attempt to rip this open. Because I thought this was pretty cool. So it has like, maybe I can turn this off now. Like different, it's like a little diagram of how everything's been put together, which I thought was very interesting. I actually didn't notice it initially. Alright lads, whatever. So, and then you just have like, you know, content and so on and so forth. Requires a computer, running Steam client. Tells you what it includes. So we have everything. Play games from your couch. That's about it, really. Yeah, nothing else too exciting with it. But just, yeah, I have had a little quick go on it, which is why it's a little bit crazy. But it's a little bit early to tell what it's like as a controller. It's pretty good so far. It's obviously very different because it uses, the orientation is very different, which is taking a little bit of getting used to. But other than that, it seems to be perfectly fine. But definitely I will be playing with it for a good few days and trying a number of different games with it. So what you can do is, if you leave a little comment in the section below, and maybe we might do like a poll or a vote or something like that. I'll have to organise something with one of my chums on per se to see what would work best, and what I can do is try out a few games that you good folks suggest, and I can let you know what it's like. Now obviously it's not as quick as what it would normally be like, because it takes a little bit of configuration for the controller to kind of work properly. Some people have uploaded already some some configurations which you can use, but I have found one or two of them are basically just mapping the X360 controller. And the thing about it is, the Steam controller was designed not to be another gamepad. It was designed as something a little bit different, so it doesn't necessarily work that well. It works and you can use it and it's perfectly functional, but I think in my head the way that my brain wants it to work isn't quite the same way, because it's a different type of thing. But anyway, I digress. So that's about it. The only slight disappointment is I would have and this is going to sound so silly, is I would have quite liked a Steam sticker. Mostly because I've got a little thing for Steam, well, not for Steam, but for stickers in general. I have a few dotted around just randomly, which just for a little bit of comedy effect. For example, if I just sort of move us over this way, ignore the mess on the floor that I've created, I have a I have an Apple logo on my Microsoft Xbox 360 console. Ignore the random screws, by the way. They're not really for anything. They're from my old tower. Whenever I was smelting it, I don't like throwing out screws, so I kind of left them there. Why not? That's about it, folks, I think. And just having a little look around, make sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah, so I will keep you updated. What I will do is, with the games that are being suggested, I will upload maybe a 5-10 minute video with gameplay of me using the Steam controller, and give you my feedback. But yeah, it will take a little while for me, one, to configure possibly the controller that's to a way that suits me. And the way that that's done, by the way, is actually quite good. It's exactly how I thought it would be, only much less intrusive, which is quite good. You basically just press the middle button here and it brings up the Steam UI, and then you just select the option for configure game, I think it is, and then it allows you to reconfigure all the buttons, including, by the way, I don't know if it was obvious, but there's little like floppy paddle type things there, which are handy, because one of the things I did notice real quick, because I kind of jumped into Call of Duty Black Ops 2 that I bought recently, and because you want to press here for the A button, it's a little bit more awkward. So one of the mappings that they have is your reload button, which is definitely different. So you have your two buttons at the top, just like basically from before, and they're fine. They don't, they feel fine. They don't require any kind of effort to push in. They're not stiff. They make a nice click. They give you nice feedback, tactile feedback. You know you're pressing them without needing the computer to tell you. Same with the flat paddles on the back. If you need to press for like the thumbstick press, for example, you can do that. There is a middle press. And then otherwise it works like a trackpad, which is a little bit strange, but it's not so bad. What else? I think I've covered everything. So far, anyway. This button has a D press as well. I think that's just about it, which is slightly different from obviously like an Xbox 360 controller, because the D-pad doesn't have, it's just like a rocker kind of thing. So that's interesting. I think that's it, folks. So what I'll do now is I'll get this video put together and upload it, and definitely leave us some comments in the section below. Let us know if you have the controller, let us know if you're getting the controller, let us know what kind of games you want us to try. We might not be able to get to them all, because obviously there'll be a lot of people will be requesting games, and some of the games I might not have in my library. I might find a way to link my library to that, so you can have a little look there, and obviously we'll maybe make a vote there for all the various different games, and do it that way possibly, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll know better, and the instructions will be put into the description once we've come to that point. Alrighty, folks, well, I have been ReaperEvolved as always, and this has been not a review, but a quick look at an unboxing of the Steam controller, and just a little quick initial thoughts on it. But so far so good. I'm looking forward to using it in the future, but until then, this has been ReaperEvolved, and ReaperEvolved out.